Eric, good morning.
Good morning. How are we?
Doing good, man. I appreciate it. How you doing?
I'm great. It's a little earlier. I'm in LA. Got up nice and early for you, but I'm glad to be here.
You're always a guy with a lot of energy, so we knew that even though this was like 5:30 your local time, I didn't have to worry about you bringing the energy because I've seen the videos, and you are amped up on just about every single one of them. So I trust that you can do this at 5:30 in the morning as well.
Easy. Anything for you.
Easy. So tell me about kind of the passion that you have for just creating videos that have high energy, people involved, your followers, etc., because it seems like you took to this and really early it worked.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think from if you spend any time on YouTube, as you sort of spend time in the space, you sort of get an idea of what works and what doesn't. I spent a lot of time just watching YouTube for many years, had a normal job, decided to do it for myself. And yeah, from all those years of sort of just consuming the content, was able to jump into it and get a pretty nice head start. So it's been a wild ride the last year and a half. And yeah, like you said, we're throwing the most extreme game of ping pong that's ever existed. So that's the plan.
No question. The creators are competing for $120,000 and have over 120 million subscribers combined on YouTube and more than 180 million on TikTok. So these are huge communities, lots of fans. This is going to be a lot of fun this weekend for Extreme Pong. I want to ask you about kind of this sports bent that you have in a lot of this, because you kind of consider yourself a bit of an athlete, like attacking this like it was a sports career. And you have extreme tug of war on an airplane. You do extreme runs and challenges and discovery hunts and things like this. So there's a part of this that definitely is physical. So were you a sports fan growing up? Are you a sports fan now? How do you kind of blend the two?
Yeah, definitely. I think I'm always a fan of I'm definitely a sports fan. I'm always interested in alternative sports. I used to dive. I played lacrosse. I played ball. I did all those sorts of things. So I'm always interested, and I want to see these creators work. Watching from the outside, you always see them sort of sitting behind a desk, not doing a whole lot. So I think it's fun to bring them out and add a little bit of physical competition to the mix.
Would we be surprised at how athletic, surprisingly, creators are, or how unathletic so many popular creators are?
I think you'd be surprised at how unathletic they are, but the willpower is insane. They can make themselves do some pretty wild stuff.
And speaking of YouTube influencers and creators, you have the Paul brothers, Logan and Jake Paul, who have kind of taken over the boxing realm, and they become huge sensations, and they drive a lot of views and pay-per-view buys, etc. There's some people that say, oh, man, that's ruining boxing. That's not real boxing. They're poisoning the sport. How do you feel on the other side of it, being a YouTube creator, then watching guys like that kind of become such sensations in a traditional sports sphere?
Yeah, I mean, I'm inspired by it. I think it's amazing. I mean, we all know we can look on Google Trends and look at the trajectory for boxing and what it was before these guys sort of stepped in and added their personalities, added the marketing that they do. But yeah, they're phenomenal marketers. This is what they do best, right? So watching them go into boxing is amazing. Obviously, we're throwing Extreme Pong. We're trying to bring athleticism to the space. They're doing the same thing in boxing. So we love to see it. Yeah.
Eric Decker joins us this morning on the show. His YouTube channel has more than 2.5 million subscribers, and this weekend, a bunch of YouTube creators are going to get together and they're going to play Extreme Pong, and there's going to be a huge purse at the end of it, more than $100,000 for the winner. So tell me how Extreme Pong differs from regular ping pong, because we all grew up playing ping pong in somebody's basement or at a local YMCA. And so how is Extreme Pong different?
Absolutely. Are you any good?
I'm okay. We actually had a ping pong table growing up, so I can hold my own. I'm not going to get out there and like rip 100-mile-an-hour shots, but I can hold my own.
I like it. Yeah, you're right. Like we've all played a game of ping pong. Everybody has a table, or at least their uncle does, or something like that. I think it's pretty even playing field for everybody. And the way that it's basically made extreme is, for me personally, we call it the Mafia is my audience. I like to basically give them control over the channel. And give them control over the outcome of a lot of the videos that we do, or we'll take their video ideas and actually make those into reality. So really giving them control over the direction of the channel. And the way that this competition works is no different. Basically, they have a website that they can go vote on challenges. And in real time, while this competition is taking place live, these challenges are happening. So for example, they might have to play with a paddle that's completely frozen in a block of ice, or they might have to play with a freaking backpack full of bricks on their back.
How the hell could you play ping pong if the paddle is in a block of ice?
We're gonna find out Saturday. I haven't even tried yet. I literally haven't even tried. That's a great question, but yeah, basically the community is gonna be able to control the entire event. There's gonna be all kinds of these extreme challenges happening. I can't say too much. But the community has full control, and that's sort of what makes it extreme.
That's really cool. So that's coming up on Saturday. And so our listeners, the audience, they can find this by just searching Extreme Pong on YouTube, and there will be a live stream that they can watch this at?
That's it. You can look up Extreme Pong or AIRAC, AIRRACK. That's the channel name. Yeah, you'll be able to find it.
Yep, AIRAC is your YouTube channel, more than 2.5 million subscribers. You actually bought your own plane not long ago and just put all of your followers, or a bunch of them, on the plane. You guys kind of partied on the plane, headed down to Miami, and on the plane did Extreme Tug of War. Now, I don't know about you, but if I get up in a plane and I try to get back to the bathroom, I'm already like stumbling around. I've got to hold on to the luggage racks, etc. I'm always worried I'm going to put an elbow or a shoulder into like a mom with a sleeping baby. How did you guys have the balance to play tug of war on a plane in the air?
That's the beauty of it. That's the beauty. What if you're gonna spend $40,000 chartering a 150 passenger plane? You have to do all the things you never thought you would be able to do on a plane. Tug of war included, hiding in the bathrooms included, hiding in the luggage compartments included. We have to do all these things. That was a fun one.
And you actually began gaining a lot of traction to this channel when you went to an island and were kind of like alone on the island. Is that right?
Yeah. Well, it was actually the reason I ended up on the island was because of a failure, which was the goal was to go from 0 to 1 million subscribers in 1 year. And I was in December of last year, and I had like 800,000. So I basically stranded myself on an island for a week straight until I got to 1 million subscribers.
And where was the island?
It was off the coast of Jupiter, Florida. Actually, really beautiful place to visit.
So you end up on this deserted island, and you're like, okay, I'm going to play Tom Hanks in Castaway, and I'm going to talk to a volleyball until I get 200,000 more subs. And once I hit that, then I can finally come home into civilization.
Right. Except my Wilson was my laptop, and I was just live streaming the entire thing. And basically, again, right, the Mafia has control. So the Mafia was in charge of getting me to 1 million subscribers. We finally hit it, and 6 days later, I was able to leave. But definitely one of the most traumatic experiences of my whole life. You should try it sometime.
What was the most traumatic thing about it?
Oh, man. I mean, when you run out of food, you really have to start improvising. We're out there freaking fishing. It was a terrible sight. Yeah.
You actually felt like Survivor's supposed to be, where Survivor, you kind of know that they get food kind of put to them on the side, but they're supposed to look like you actually didn't have the food. AIRAC is the YouTube channel. Eric Decker is the creator. And this Saturday, you can go to his channel on YouTube and watch Extreme Pong. They've got creators that have more than 120 million subscribers and more than 180 million followers on TikTok, competing for $120,000 in Extreme Pong. As he mentioned, you might need a paddle that's frozen in a block of ice. You might have a backpack with bricks on. Let's see how this thing goes. That's a lot of fun. This is a really cool idea. Eric, this is awesome, man. Congratulations on the success and surviving the island, and wish you the best of luck coming up this weekend. I'll be watching.
A pleasure, D.A. Thanks for having me.